The reality is, the more risk you take, the luckier you get. So people need to learn to take one big risk a day. Every day take a risk and build up that risk muscle, because risk is where success comes.
Risk must be taken for the greatest. Hazard in life is to risk nothing.
Take the biggest fucking risks of your entire life right now. Remember, you have time.
I think that most people, the reason that they lack success in their life is that they lack the courage to make the decisions that need to be made to put them in the position that they want to be in.
You can get so scared, and you can be so easily lulled into the idea that good is good enough, that feeling safe and comfortable is what you should always be looking for. That way of thinking, in your 20s in particular, dead fucking wrong. I want you to start to create this mindset of taking risks and going big.
All right. Welcome to the channel, guys. Thank you for being here. Don't forget, smash that like button, drop a comment. Always remember, not a financial advisor. For damn sure not a professional. This is cryptocurrency. Don't ever allow an influencer on any social media platform out there to influence you when it comes to cryptocurrency, because you could get wrecked. You could lose it all. Definitely something to always look out for. Now, if you're over on YouTube, guys, I provided a link in the description, I believe. Maybe I didn't, maybe I did. Follow me on Kick. We triple stream on these all the time. So what I mean by that is you can follow me on Kick, links in the description of YouTube, streaming over there. Also streaming on Twitter. Don't forget, streaming on Twitter. You can watch it on X. You feel more comfortable watching on X? Hey, go catch me over there, right? But show the support, right? Get the word out there. And yeah, today's a beautiful day. I'm excited about this stream. All right. Ethereum's doing its thing. But before we hop into Ethereum mooning today, and then talking about, is PulseChain next? Everybody's wondering, is PulseChain next? Shout out to the official R2R sponsor of the R2R live streams and video content. Shout out to DexFi.com. Already paid $93,903 in USDC. And congratulations to everybody who was buying these when Ethereum was much cheaper. You're winning. You're earning passive income in the form of USDC over on BaseChain. APR 74.34%, right? And your NFTs right now are just earning you, right? You go over on Base, you print, you mint and print, right? You mint with your Ethereum. You get a piece of the action with your investing in their bonds, giving you passive exposure to their same strategies that they use themselves, and complete with expert entry and exit timing, what's called precisioned managed liquidity and range settings. So far, 1.8 million plus has gone into the minting, and $93,903 has been paid. Don't forget, check them out. Now, jumping into it, $3,401 Ethereum, guys. I'm getting excited, all right, because let's go to CoinMarketCap over here. We saw Bitcoin dominance dropped about a full percentile. It was about 63% plus in the last day or so. It's at 62.1%. ETH dominance is at 10.8%. So pretty much Bitcoin dominance dropped. ETH starting to take off. Even BNB's taking off. A layer 2 of Ethereum. Solana's going up today. Cardano. Man, the market's really looking nice. All right. There's a lot of greenery in the scenery. Even like the leverage plays like Pepe, 28%. These are leverages. There's leverage meme plays. There's leverage layer 1s like PulseChain, right? PulseChain, we want PulseChain to take off. We're looking forward to the success of Ethereum so that PulseChain can start to move, man. start to move, start to bring the heat. Let's take a look really quick at what PulseChain is doing today. 4 zeros and a 298 needs to get above 4 zeros and a 3 at 11.1% plus in the green today. PulseX is up 15.2%, 9.3% on ETH, 11.8% on Hex. So it's a good momentum day, a very good momentum day. Let's take a look at the chat. Why isn't PulseChain rising with the rise of ETH? This is concerning. Agree with Gandalf. Super frustrating. We need R8s to act, buybacks, stream, etc. You know, we can't depend on them, bro. We can't. This is our chain, right? Bruno even been pumping. Hey, I know. Timex is taking off right now. We'll take a look into that as well. So $3,403. I'm excited, right? I don't want to get my hopes up though. I want to see consistently it start to pull away, right? And I talked about pretty much my speculation on the ability for it to hit all-time highs again, and how I thought like it might not be able to do it. But when things start to turn around and that Ethereum starts to pump, I want to see, going back to coinmarketcap.com again, I need to see it go to 4. Once I see it go to 4 and everyone else out there sees it goes to 4, then it's FOMO, right? Then we can work our way to new all-time highs, which would be about 5K. If we go 5K plus, I mean, all hell is going to break loose. All hell is going to break loose. Going to look into richardheart.com though, look into rh.com. This is the sentiment of PulseChain right now too. Once we're over that 3,773 DCA entry point that was used with sacrifice funds, PulseChain is going to be super excited. So right now, sacrifice funds are down 92 million plus, at 14.26% on the average entry price. So we're above that. Okay, that is going to bring a lot of excitement to users, because they think that this is an actual treasury that's going to inject into the ecosystem. And it very well may be the case. We've seen him take SAC funds and inject capital before. It's been a minute since he's done it like he first did. And when was the last time? Early 2024, February 2024, right? So I want to take a look at this article real quick, because this would be 3 times higher than I think that ETH would probably even go. If you had to ask me, you were asking me in the past several months, I'm going, I don't know if ETH is going to go to all-time high. It's pretty diluted, this and that. And I've always given my reasons, and I don't shy away from that. But there's always factors and things that could indicate that it could do that and could go much higher than my wildest dreams. Anything could really happen in the space. I saw this article earlier and I go, how true is this? Is this real? It talks about Ethereum's trustware era could push ETH to $15,800. Now, those are probably expert targets and opinions, but it wasn't like they said 13,000, 12,000. They got precise 18,000, 15,800. So Ethereum marks a decade old. Consensus touts its security architecture and trustware thesis as key in its long-term role in global finance, right? So trustware, what is that? All right. Well, while not often discussed or measured, trust is behind nearly every economic interaction, according to consensus. So the global economy spends over $9.3 trillion annually on trust infrastructures in insurance, legal systems, auditors, compliance, notaries, and go-betweens. The digital era has enabled a new form of trust, borderless, transparent, and enforced by code, allowing strangers to transact with mathematical certainty. Consensus calls this trustware. So it's a new way to talk about this value that Ethereum brings to the table, that it's been bringing to the table, right? And how it's been around for 10 years now. It's got a trust measurement, and it's a real thing they're talking about. And it's not like it's some code update, like I don't know where this could really go to, but let's look at what they're saying, because they're giving like these predictions. All right. So how trustware reshapes Ethereum's value. We'll read about that. So using a cost to corrupt model, they call it, consensus predicts the price of Ethereum to hit 4,900 by the end of 2025 and 15,800 by 2028. So that's the catch, right? That means we go from this cycle going back to all-time highs of 4,900 by the end of 2025, and then another 4-year push going to 2028 where they predict 15,800. That's interesting. It's not like the 15,800 we're talking about anytime soon. We're talking 3 years out, right? So they're assuming that 1 trillion of value in stable coins and then 500 billion in tokenized real assets like RWAS and 300 billion in total value locked TVL by 2028. This is what they're playing with, all right? So the projection is $2 trillion to stable coins, up to 16 trillion in RWAs by 2028 through 2030. So in the long term, right? Because a lot of you guys have been like on PulseChain, you're going, man, like when is this going to turn around? And I said this before, it could take years, literally. We want everything now. I want it now. I need everything now. But delayed gratification and cryptocurrency and seeing where Bitcoin started off at and where it's at today, it was a long road, long journey. I hope that's not the case, but you know, everything is based off users, onboarding, adoption, right? These are the things you can't force it when it's not happening at rapid speed. You can just hope that gradually it starts to pick up, right? Let's see. PulseChain has been pathetic for a while now. I question often why I bother with it. As good as it works, people are not buying it. Yeah, you know, it's been, I'll be honest, it's been a big disappointment. And I'm like, you know, I have these moments where I'm like, I don't know. But then I realize, okay, everything across the board has been sucking. There's been moments of good, more bad than good in the entire market, right? We had like a crazy meme cycle. And then Trump released, and I'm talking about on Solana and ETH, Trump released his meme token. It killed all Politify. It soaked all the market of the meme tokens that were doing success at that time, and everybody went their money into Trump. That was strange. I never experienced anything like that. Like a token that was so big, it juiced everything of its gains and its market cap, and it went into a Trump token. So I experienced that this year because it's unlike what they call an unprecedented event for a presidential meme token. I saw the weirdest thing happen. And I saw it happen on Solana and not Ethereum. So that's how it's like I've been like, I don't know about all-time highs with ETH, but according to the system of what they call trustware and the trillions of dollars that will be coming to Ethereum, they come up with these figures, and you go 4,900 is the top for them 2025, but they're saying $15,800 Ethereum in 2028. Then yeah, that can be big. So momentarily, as the price goes up, it's going to be exciting across the board. If it reaches 4,900 as predicted in this article, or let's say it goes higher, then that's going to be one hell of a move for all the leverage plays out there. You know, we're talking about PulseChain, TitanX, even the meme ERC20 memes. And if it goes to an all-time high, but if it doesn't, it takes time to gradually go to all-time high again, plus more. Things are going to have to wait around, including PulseChain, which I'm hoping, that's not the case. But, I don't got a crystal ball. Cointelegraph and all these articles and all these analysts that they work with are, I don't know if they're on target all the time. They say a lot of things. It's hit or miss with them too as well. Is Hex selling off because investors are moving their money into ETH? The people buying PulseChain coins are not holding them for long. Can't delay gratification for your whole life. No, I mean, we're not used to that in crypto. We're used to fast gains. I am for sure. But when you go to a job that you start when you're 18 years old, start when you're 25, 30, hell, 40, delayed gratification is your 401k. You're not even thinking about spending it till you retire. And on top of that, right, it's slow money. Keep working, put your paycheck into it. So everything is delayed gratification. Even when you decide to take out any money from your 401k early, you get penalized, right? So investing, I think crypto is going to transition into like traditional markets where, we're going to gradually go up over time because the market caps are big now. And they're not low market caps like they used to when I was buying $200 on Bitcoin. That many X's in Bitcoin may never exist again. Even if it goes to 1 million, that's, how many X's from here? Way more opportunity and way too late now to experience that. The system is solid. I believe in trustless of the system, but investors don't seem to want it. The greatest alt season ever commenced. Yeah, that would be nice, right? Agree again with Gandalf. Been waiting for years. Thought the weak got shaken out. Nope, they appear to be the smart ones. Yeah, I mean, I respect your opinion. I can see that. There ain't nothing wrong with having a grudge or being upset. But if we're at the turning point in the market and everything starts to turn green and everything starts to follow, and it does start an altcoin season, your sentiment will switch unless you capitulated and you sold. But if you bought the dips and held, you're going to be real happy. Or you're going to start to catch it as it goes up. And let's say PulseChain 1020Xs, you're going to be real pissed off when you get excited to go back in and then you miss that, you sell the top and you're getting sold again. It's a cruel game. It happens, man. It just, I've never seen traders have much success that I know. Some are good at it. But I mean, hell, man, when you're this low, of course, how many people sold all the way down to these bottoms? And if it retraces back, let's say to SAC prices for whatever reason in the near future, those people that sold are going to be buying it and being excited that it's going to go to all-time highs and 10x dreams for sacrifice, and they'll be in the new top. A lot of those people who sell come back in, they got it all backwards. It's not because they want to, it's just emotional, right? You think buy low, sell high. A lot of people end up getting emotionally involved and upset, disgruntled. I don't blame you. Then they sell high, sell low. And it's a vicious cycle. I've seen it happen with me on a lot of tokens, and I've successfully held a lot of tokens. Primarily, Hex I did successful though because of my stakes, right? And I had the stakes coming out at the right time, right when it was at an all-time high. I'd already been in stakes for a year. So we'll see. Here comes altcoin season. Man, that would be great. That would be great. Right now, like I said, I'm gonna kick back, relax. I'm not getting too excited because, there's some things. I think Israel bombed Iran, or not. Israel bombed Syria today. Okay. Also, Fed rates could definitely impact the market. I think if the Feds decide to cut rates, that's altcoin season confirmed. When that happens, right? But there's a lot of things that I look at in media outlets. Like, again, I don't like the media outlets. I don't believe any of it. I'm a guy that believes half of what I see and nothing of what I hear. All right. But what's important to the world out there and what everybody's reading is Yahoo Finance, CNN, and all that. So you'll see where the sentiment comes from, where all the fear mongering's happening, all that stuff, right? Stock market's been good. Stock market's been going up. But as I watch everything, I'm like, this has been some pure manipulation. Okay, so I fear a stock market bubble, and I know it's tied to crypto. They're correlated now. So I'm wondering. But there is word that Trump's planning to fire Fed Chairman Powell, and I didn't know that was possible. Right? But that's brewing up. That's crazy. Trump 1 hour ago says he'll soon send tariff letters to 150 countries. It's that bargaining chip that's been around started getting a little bit heavy on us in February and brewing, these bargaining chips with tariffs has been like that can of whoop ass on the market that just started beating it, and then they started recovering, and we started realizing that, one day they're going to say, pause and stop all that, back on, and a lot of things that are moving pieces that manipulate the markets in traditional markets, and they are affecting commodities and crypto. I believe in PDI and the narrative. It can reach the dollar. It makes a lot of sense. I didn't expect you to say that. You seem very over PulseChain and tired of waiting. And then you got that PDI. Say you believe in something. That's good. You caught me off guard. Washed out all the PulseChain influencers predicting 100 to 1,000 DEXs immediately on PulseChain launch. Maybe it can actually happen now. Yeah, I wonder what the measurement from the bottom is. Yep, just like people saying ETH won't ever go up to all-time high again. States at screen, stares at screen. Yeah, I mean, I'm one of those. I've said I don't believe ETH would go back to all-time high. I don't gotta let it kick it. I've been saying that. But the experts predict that it would go to about 15,800. I've read that on multiple articles like Cointelegraph, but they've all predicted the same time frame, 2028. So I'm like, okay, if that's the case, and they're not predicting all-time highs for ETH in this cycle. They're saying like 49, 5,000. So like to barely reach it again or break it. So by 2028, that means the market would have probably chewed up and spit out everything. Maybe there won't even be meme tokens in 2028. A lot of the altcoins will probably have died. So a lot of the market caps will go back to, Ethereum and the things that survive. Solana, I think will be around in 2028. Some layer 2s, you'd probably buy that smart chain. But, as far as the layer 1s out there and all the ones that got small market cap like Pulse with opportunity and all its competitors, which ones will thrive and make it? And the ones that don't, people will leave and then go back into the blue chips. So there's Bitcoin, Ethereum. So I think they're predicting the trustware speculation in theory, right? Which is a theory of theirs. It's basically a lot of failures. People jumping ship, the trust in Ethereum and all the money going there. Okay. So we should see way down the road as predicted. I don't know. No crystal ball here. NJ, I'm still here, so hoping you're right. But this punishment is tough to endure for years. It really is. I feel your pain. MJ Crypto, I agree, bro. I know it's been rough, but what everyone came for is still on the table, even if everybody's timelines were wrong. Yeah, all we hope and dream about is those crazy gains, man. We want to see, this number go up. What's PulseX doing? EHEX. Yeah, I don't feel like Pulse core tokens are doing too exciting today versus what we're seeing with the price of Ethereum. Definitely a delayed reaction. But if you go across the board, like to the altcoins on the Axel Pulse chain, where people are excited about, PTGC, 20% up. Strong community, excited, right? So you can go across the board and really see that taking place. Ethereum gas fees, by the way, are so high right now. What a flying. Let's see what's actually up today. What's PDI at? PDI is still relevant, right? Still relevant, still here. Can't kill it. Up 15.31%. So the altcoins within the ecosystem are performing just as well or outperforming Pulse right now. So we have Remember token, 12.45%. Let's go bring up the ROIs, right? Boom. Remember 1.15%. World's greatest PDI printer, 1.5%. Things are cooking, firing up over there because of what's going on, the reaction, right? To a positive day. What meme coin do you recommend for PulseChain this season? The only one I like as far as a meme token, and I'm not recommending or financial advisor, but the one I like, it's a straight meme, is the one I thought, I speculate is related to Richard, and that's Most. No new good Ponzi. No new good Ponzi. I sound negative, but I like the system. No, I get the same thing too, man. I come on here and I say stuff all the time. Like, I tell people, like, don't just sit there and depend on Richard Hart, and don't think it's going to really spend the money on, pumping your bags and a lot of other things. I just point out the reality things when I'm frustrated too. And people are like, you're being negative. I'm like, no, man, it's frustrating. Why do I got to sit here and pretend like this is going to go up without a shadow of a doubt? And, like the sky hasn't been falling. It has been. I feel it. I get those raw emotions. So I get that from people too. I've made money in the near market of PulseChain, and my hex stakes helped me. Oh, in the bear market. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's definitely. As we watch the price of Ethereum, right? Just imagine this. Some of you might be new and don't understand the pain, right? You're seeing ETH today do this, up and to the right, forming oh my God, look at that. That nice steady climb. And then, you want to come and take a look at PulseChain because it's the leverage on the ecosystem. And I can understand why somebody would be, frustrated, going, what am I missing here? Or what's happening? It's, a delayed response. But I mean, if we go to Ethereum 4,000, and if it does hit a new all-time high, I'm sure it'll reflect PulseChain. But for now, I'm participating in the ecosystem. I'm still banking on it, and I'm playing the leverages and the altcoins that exist on PulseChain. And I love the core tokens, but I don't know about this alt season when it starts, if it didn't already happen, because everyone is super excited today. I don't want to kill that momentum, but we've already seen all-time highs of other tokens that are higher than today, and we had that excitement, and then it went away. Prior to Bitcoin hitting all-time high too, this was in December of 2024, heading into January 2025. We had Binance Smart Chain hitting all-time highs, Solana hitting all-time highs. A lot of XRP, everything was taken off, and everything was much higher than it is today. Much higher, especially for Solana. So we've been here. Now we want to go to the next leg up. Obviously, Bitcoin's a lot higher than when those price points hit. So we'll see how that plays out. It's definitely something different that we're experiencing at this point. Yeah. Members only, $2.99 a month. Price of a Cambodian coffee. We'll probably have our live stream Thursday night. I'll do a regular live stream during the day, but Thursday night we're going to do a members only, and talk about some things and some strategies. Want to give it a day to see how the market does, because you know how crypto is, man. From zero to a hero real quick. We're gonna all be cloud nine today, and tomorrow shit hits the fan. We're back to just like what happened, I'm aware of certain individuals out there that have a very good track record with PulseChain and general markets, predicting some pumps this month, and August is going to be ugly. Several people have said that I have always have had confidence in seeing their success. So I'm figuring out, I'm looking at their charts and their theories and their reasons, and I'm going, let me prepare in case that's the case. I'm not certain though. I think it's a strong possibility that anyone could be right at any given moment. Just have to wait it out. So still bullish on the same old though. I'm going DeFi, bro. I'm betting on DeFi. That's OGWEBCHEF. Don't freaking forget it. Right? I've made tutorials on that. when the time comes, when the smoke settles, those who took the opportunity and believed, I am more than bullish still when it comes to OGWEBCHEF. I've got my 18 deposits, 15 referrals. I'm in it. Delayed gratifications, non-tradable token, right? Go watch those tutorials. I have them. I'll put it all in the description of this video here. But I think my biggest payoff for PulseChain, I speculate for me personally, my biggest payoff by far is going to be OGWEBCHEF. Way confident about that. Don't have to, nothing is going to stop me in my tracks when it comes to the confidence I have in OG. And now what I'm seeing is like a massive collaboration across the chain with not only PTGC, but Maria. I'm like, without a shadow of a doubt, speculating, not a financial advisor. You do your own research. I put all the bells and the whistles to this DeFi platform. I'm excited for it. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just there. Laughing, laugh. You sound so bearish. I hear you, MGB. I gotta see what happens with they fire Powell and cut rates or not. Yeah, I'm waiting for that. When they fire Powell, it's gonna probably, people will be excited for that, I'm sure. But they cut rates. That's what I'm saying. Altcoin season starts, and I don't know if they're gonna do it anytime soon. Gotta get rid of Powell, possibly. You know? Yeah. Sorry if I sound bearish. I'm not bearish. I'm like, I'm cool and collected about the fact that anything can happen, right? But I'm positive that when people start to become super excited and the euphoria hits, there will usually be a quick wake-up call, like slap in the face, like, no, not yet. You know? So I do think I don't want to get caught up. I've had my lessons far too many times. I want to come here tomorrow and see 3,600. I don't want to come here tomorrow and see 3,100, right? Because I'm going to be spending money and buying tops where we can still correct. I'm not going to sit back and wait. Right? And like I said, banking on OG, banking on the tech, banking on the builders, three-headed monster, Maria, PTGC, OGWEBCHEF, 3D Rec, all them guys going to work. So I'm excited for that. And of course, the core tokens. I think the core tokens are the ones that are going to be, you know, I don't want to say it. I don't know. To me, the only core token that I'm excited about is EHEX, the original one. I feel like the biggest opportunity is there, especially right now. Look at this. Pump, and it's gone. Yeah. And it's gone. Opportunity presents itself all over again. Give me that discount. I'll run with it. Anyways, let me see where we're at on the likes and retweets and all that. Then I'll know. Are we going to continue the stream? 15 likes on YouTube. Let's see. Oh, we're sucking on X today. 4 likes, 2 retweets. Yeah. I'll hold off on what I was going to talk about then. I had one more trick up my sleeve. I'll say that for the members only, though, for tomorrow. Tomorrow night members only video. I'll post it sometime tomorrow. I'm going to try to do it between 8 and 9 PST. And, you know, we'll get into that topic. I'm going to introduce it to the members and just, you know, start the conversation that's already happening in our 2R. Shout out to our 2R private group. Then I got some things coming down the road for some live streams where we can talk with like the team and all that for an opportunity on Pulse. Don't forget, before I leave, check out DexFi.com/bonds. Already paid out $92,927 in USDC over on Base in the form of USDC stable token. Get your Ethereum, head over to Base, mint those bonds, earn that passive income. APR 74.89% right now. Not looking bad. Wonder if the Bank X wallet is out of eHex. I don't know. But our numbers suck today. Not enough likes, not enough retweets. Till next time, we'll do it again. Yeah, dog.
I wake up in the morning, telegram in hand, on to our community, the coolest in the land. Cheese cream drops a joke, got me laughing loud. Then I start to scroll down through the daily crowd. Who's the OG Prince, lighting up the zone? Is it Dama Beast or Sav on the throne? Or maybe it's Friday, Flexmas is here. Time to throw some gains and flex without fear. I toss out some questions, looking for the signs. And sign fixes ready, dropping out for lines. I keep on reading, can't look away. Those spicy emojis make my whole day. Then someone yells exit, get off PulseChain. But I ride the waves through pleasure and pain. I live in a limbo of hope and despair, but we're all in this boat and I'm proud to be there. Yeah, I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game. I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game.